You have to be patient with yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Esther Obidi and you're welcome to Esther Obidi's vlog. Today we're going to be looking at an interesting topic and we're going to be talking about the topic worry. How do you handle worry? You know, there are some people that they just can't do without worrying, and then it's all about what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this doesn't help? What if this doesn't work out? So some things like this can help to stop somebody's vision. It hinders somebody from being who the person is supposed to be or doing what the person is meant to do. I would like to start with a scenario. There was a woman who had a husband who recently got a job. And then in that job, in the workplace, he usually would finish around 5 p.m. and we get home around 6 p.m. But recently, she noticed that for the last 2 weeks, he has been coming home consistently by 9 p.m. and he wouldn't say anything about why he's coming home very late. So instead of the woman to now ask her husband, what happened though? I noticed you've been coming late. She started worrying as usual. She always had the habit of worrying about a lot of things. So she kept worrying, and then before you know, she started thinking and bringing about a story in her mind that what if her husband was going out with another woman? What if maybe he always would take the woman to a restaurant or somewhere and then take her home before coming home? Maybe that's why he's always coming late. And before you know, she started thinking about the woman, and then she already knew how the woman would look. That she will be light in complexion, okay, she'll be chubby, she'll be like this and like that. And then before you know, she was already sure that that was what was happening without even asking him first. So there was a particular day she was going out, and then her husband was fortunately coming home earlier than usual that day. And then he was in his car, he was driving home. And then as his car just passed, she actually saw that woman in her mind inside the car, just beside her husband. And then she stopped the car. She was like, honey, wait. She stopped the car, and then he stopped. They're like, I'm home early today, or, you know, in a happy mood and everything. But the woman was like, there was a woman in your car just now. I saw her in your car. You know, he now said that, come and check, there's nobody in my car. And actually, there was nobody in his car. But because of the worry in her mind, she already started visualizing it, and she actually thought she saw somebody in his car. Meanwhile, there wasn't. So that's exactly how worry is. When you worry about something, you already paint a scenario that it now looks as if that scenario is happening already. So you are torturing yourself when nothing is actually happening. So in this video, first of all, I would like us to be able to differentiate between two things. The first is that you should be able to differentiate between an actual problem and something that isn't actually a problem, or what is actually not real. The second thing is that you should be able to differentiate between something that you can't change and something you can change. If you can't change something, there's no need worrying about it. There was a person, her name was Emma Bombeck. She quoted something. She said, worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you what to do, but it does not take you anywhere. And that's the truth of the matter. It keeps you busy. You just keep on and you just think about the thing over and over and again, but it doesn't change anything. That's exactly how worry is. I would like to give us some tips in this video on how to handle this worry when we are faced with something that is worrisome. You know, there are a lot of worrisome things in this world. How do we handle the worry when it comes up? Number one, trust God. If you have a relationship with God, you have a relationship with Him, you easily speak with Him, He can help you. You know, in 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, it says, casting all your cares upon Him, for He careth for you. That Him is God. If you cast all your cares, all your burdens upon Him, because He cares for you, it will help you a lot. So, you notice that in that verse, it doesn't say part of your cares. It says all your cares. That's the advantage of having a relationship with God. If you do not have a relationship with God, it's not too late. You can still hear me. You can just speak to Him now, right there where you are, and tell Him, God, I want a relationship with you. I want you to forgive me of all my sins, everything I've done wrong. I want to have a relationship with you. I want you to be my Father and my Lord. And He's ready to accept you the way you are. That's exactly what He just wants you to come to Him. And after that, you can always speak to Him. You can always give Him your worry. You know, when you love somebody so much, you have a good relationship with that person, you can easily tell the person what is going on, and the person also cares about your worry. So the person can even worry for you. Do you know that kind of thing? So you can easily tell Him your worries, and He says it already in His word. And if you really trust Him, you would hold on to His word that, like, if He said this, He's able to do it. That's exactly what He wants us to do. So cast all your cares upon Him because He cares for you. So I want us to hold on. All right, so now you have trusted God and then you've put it into the hands of God. what do you have to do yourself? Number two is that you have to keep your mind busy. You have to keep your mind busy because they usually would say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. That's exactly how the mind works. Once it is empty, something just wants to fill it up. So if you are just not thinking about anything, you are not doing anything, everything is just empty like that, something will just reflect back to something, and then you start thinking about something that can now make you, if you're the kind of person who worries a lot, you start worrying about something that had happened some years back or some weeks back, that, oh, what if I had said this, it would have been different. If I had done this, it would have been different. What if? And then you start worrying all over again. So keep your mind busy. And there are some things that you can do to keep your mind busy. Some people like reading. Some people, they like reading books, they like reading novels, they like reading books generally, and it helps them. So if you're the kind of person who likes reading a lot, you can read something. Keep your mind busy with something. You can read something, and then you can also take a walk. In my previous video, I mentioned something like this. You can take a walk. You can just do some little exercise, just do something outside the routine kind of something. Just keep your mind busy. You can take a walk, and it has been discovered that when you do exercise, your body produces a chemical known as endorphins, and that endorphins, it helps you, it kind of gives a happy feeling. So it's something that is natural. So if you do something like that, it helps you to just keep your mind off your worries. So do something to keep your mind busy. Then number three is that you have to practice 20 minutes daily mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being where you are at the time you are there, and your body, soul, and spirit, everything is just right there. So it's not that you are somewhere and then your mind is somewhere else. So for example, you are eating a food, you are actually eating the food, you are tasting the food, you are feeling the texture of the food, everything about that food is what's going on at that moment. So you are right there, everything, your mind is there, and then you are enjoying what you are doing at that point. Everything is focused at that thing. So try to practice mindfulness. There are sometimes that you might be performing a task, and then you notice that your mind is already far away. You are thinking about something else already. So when you notice that has happened, try to draw yourself back to the present, what you are doing at the moment, and then practice that mindfulness. Just make sure that you are doing what you are doing, and you are focusing on what you are doing, and do not allow your mind to stray, so that you don't just discover that you're already starting to worry about something again. Alright, so the last one, number 4, is that you should be patient with yourself, because this doesn't happen overnight. If you are the kind of person who normally worries and everything, usually think a lot about things that has happened before or something that hasn't happened yet, and you are just in the habit of worrying, you just notice that it's still a bit difficult to continue. So as you have practiced all those steps that I mentioned just now, you have to be patient with yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process. By the time you keep on practicing that mindfulness, you keep putting everything into the hands of God, you are trusting God about it, and then you keep your mind busy, you notice that, little by little, you are really adjusting to that kind of person, from that person who worries a lot to somebody who doesn't worry as much anymore. So I believe with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you on how to handle worries. Alright, so I'm going to be putting in the description box below some Bible verses that will really be helpful to you. So if you notice that you worry a lot, and I said it in the number of points I mentioned earlier, Bible verses, the word of God really helps you when you trust God and you hold on to his word. So if you can actually go to that description box and look at those Bible verses, you can say them out loud, you can just have them in your mind, meditate on them. It will really help you and it's really helpful to you. So I'm sure that you're going to really enjoy those verses. Please internalize it and enjoy those verses. It will be in the description box below. So thank you so much for listening. God bless you so much. Please like this video, and then please subscribe to this channel if you haven't, so that you can get more videos like this, and then share with your friends, your family, and everybody around you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.